One is
You care to take it again?
It might be
what was that?
You care to take it again?
Do you want me to say that again?
It's a podcast.
It's the second most popular podcast with a consensual sexual relationship, and one of them's been in the IDF.
I didn't know you were in the IDF.
I knew you were.
How you? I was reading this week about the Mossad agents after the Christchurch earthquake. You know about that shit?
Oh, the guy caught with 5 passports?
Yeah, well, caught. He was dead, but he had 5 passports. Yes, at least 5, they say.
That's because of the earthquake machine that they used.
Yeah, that's probably what it was. And like Israel's Minister of Defense, as soon as the earthquake happened, got on a plane and came to New Zealand. Like, that's interesting.
Because he wanted to check how the earthquake machine works.
Yeah,
That's why there were square rainbows over Christchurch.
Well, there's square rainbows.
Yeah, like
I didn't see them.
weird square, like just boxes of rainbows in different places. Yeah, and heaps of cookers were like, well, that's because of the earthquake machine.
My God, I wish we had a fact checker.
Well, I don't think it's going to like just because there was square rainbows doesn't mean there's an earthquake machine, right?
I mean, it doesn't.
Dead Mossad agents doesn't mean there's an earthquake machine, right?
I mean, the earthquake machine might be a bridge too far for me. The square rainbows, I'd love to see that.
They reckon it was HARP. Well, that's what all the cookers were saying back then.
Yeah. HARP has been a thing for a long time. It's vintage shit.
Yeah, well, apparently there's a way to use it from modifying the weather to creating earthquakes. But I don't believe that, because if that was real, everybody that somebody wanted to nuke, you would just earthquake machine it and be like, oh my God, we're so sorry, this earthquake, fucking after God. You know? So the fact that doesn't happen way more often is why I don't think it's real.
Okay, that's a valid point. That's a valid point, but in World War II, when they broke the Enigma code, they didn't act on every piece of information that they decoded. They had to let a lot of shit go so they could focus on just the worst shit. Yeah. You could make the argument for the earthquake machine that it has to appear asymmetrical.
Yep, I get what you mean. Welcome
whatever.
to episode whatever the fuck this is.
It's a podcast. 63.
I think we're on the same amount of episodes as thousands of views we've had on that one video on TikTok, which is pretty cool. Yeah. And then you had some cool news.
I had some cool news, I got an opportunity to do an audition, which is very exciting. Very exciting, good news.
This isn't what I was referring to. Keep going.
No, I had a shit week, honestly, like homesick with my boy all week. It was miserable.
We can all relate to those.
No, but
feelings.
I sent a stinger into my favorite podcast months ago, and today they played it, and the hosts were delighted and cracked up and shouted out the podcast. What's up?
That's pretty cool hearing someone, like hearing a established podcast with listeners and shit say our name. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, bro. It's to me just more like guys who've made me laugh heaps. I've managed to make them laugh one time. That's great. That's a good feeling.
And that's a cool currency.
Yeah.
I like that idea of like, this fella's made me laugh so much. I'd love to make him laugh.
Absolutely. That has some value to me.
Like I've always thought Shane Gillis and John Cena and Channing Tatum.
Okay.
That's my dream get on the piss group, bro.
Yeah.
Let's go play 18 holes of golf, get shit-faced and kicked off the course.
Yeah.
I think those fellas would be cool to make laugh.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Because they've made me laugh.
Yeah.
Like, I've had to pause their stuff and just crack up.
Yeah,
like, and that's a level way. Like, if something's so funny, you just start yelling. Like, you don't laugh, you just go, oh! Like,
I might have heard it a time or two.
Yeah. But there's the other end of work when you have to stop what you're doing. I think the last time I can really remember doing it on this is when I was telling that story about the hot tub in Taupo, and I sounded like Mickey Mouse getting a hiding.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That was, we need to stop now. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Oh, and the fat chicken, not being able to tell left and right.
Oh, yeah, bro. We didn't record that. Man, that's like the funniest fucking night.
Because he's not here.
Yeah.
I just want to point out the last time that I spoke to him while we were drinking, I was like, wow, you know how you have this left and right issue? The political spectrum must be a nightmare for you. And before I could finish making fun of him, he was like, I don't get into that. I don't know how any of it works. I can't even tell them to part. And I was like, what the fuck?
You can't tell it's left from his right, brother.
Yeah, it's all the way through with that guy. We love you, Millen.
Yeah, hard out.
Yeah.
I had on my voice acting journey this week, I saw some some wild stuff. A lot of trans furry stuff, bro. I haven't been brave enough to dip a toe yet, but I did find one very intriguing audition.
What if you like it, bro?
Yeah, bro.
What if it's like the one thing that finally makes you happy?
I'm a breakout superstar in the trans furry indie animation scene.
Not only are you really successful, you just find this weird sense of being.
Yeah, bro.
Being an 8-foot wolf, you're just like, oh no, I thought it was Dungeon Master. I thought it was live based. Nah, it turns out.
Bro, it's that. All right, I'll take the job, but this better not awaken anything in me.
Yeah.
Check out this, bro. It's a dream opportunity to play a character called Kenny West.
Show the camera. Point it up to the camera. There we go.
I'm looking for a skilled Kanye West impersonator. Now, that doesn't necessarily define me, but I think I could have a lot of fun as a Kenny West impersonator.
I'm skilled at stuff, but I can do a Kanye impersonation.
So the job is celebrity psychotherapist. So it's going to be Kanye being a psychotherapist. It sounds fucking wild. Here's some of the line reads. I'll get you to do the first two if that's all right, Elvis.
Nah. The first one that I'm being asked to read, and this, I'm glad I clipped this, is I hate Jews. What? I said I make shoes.
Yeah. So that's good.
Oh, I didn't do any voice acting.
No, you didn't do any voice acting, but so it won't be obvious when I clip this that you're doing like an impression or reading from a script. That's fun.
You'll just know what's happening when I don't sue you.
Yeah.
Well, because I can't for that.
I suppose not. So
I've been making shoes for ages.
That's so funny. I am going to audition for this. Along with a bunch of other white guys for some reason.
All be white guys.
I listen to all the public auditions, and that's all white guys. My fucking audition's not going public. I'm just gonna put it out and hope for the best.
If there's 20 auditions, 18 of them wear Dream Theater shirts.
Yeah, bro. Now check this out. It's not clear to me if they're gonna require me to say the N-word. I might.
Will you say?
But I don't know if they're gonna require me to.
Are you that whorish?
Will you say
the N-word for money? And what is the value?
My instinct is, I'll do it for free. I'll do it in traffic. I'll do it in the shit. No. My instinct is to, if someone's going to pay me to do a yay impression and the M-words in the script would be to do it. That would be my instinct. I don't know if I would do that. I'd have to have really have to think about it.
I just imagine you like that's how you end up back smoking, is doing furry voiceovers and having to say the N-word.
I'm gonna end up smoking something, bro. I'll be on the crack with the darts or something.
Just pause. Oh, you're gonna look like Charles Bukowski by the end of this.
How would you feel about it if you'd just think it was hilarious? You wouldn't put a moral judgment on it at all.
I would only put a moral judgment on it because it's arbitrary to me, and I find it hilarious to tell you I have one and watch you go. You
do it to fuck with me.
Yeah. I'd do it for about 20 minutes before I was like, "Do you really think I care?" Yeah. I watch wrestling. My art isn't something that needs to be great.
Cool.
And if there's little lines that get crossed, well, fuck.
Yeah. That's good to hear, bro. That's a very grown up attitude to art.
I think I've said it heaps of like, there's stuff that I don't like. And that doesn't mean it shouldn't be a thing. You know, I think it's stupid when people say that.
Yeah.
I don't like this. Why does it exist? And it's like, because fucking you're not the be all end all.
Yeah. Different people are like different. It's crazy.
I've just realized.
Fuck, I don't know if we
just started recording.
Yeah?
Yeah. I didn't fucking push the video.
Oh, you didn't have the video on?
No.
Well, so if you're a Patreon subscriber, sorry about the last 10 minutes.
I'm not sorry. What, you want your $2.50 back? Fuck up.
It is fucking bargain basement prices at Patreon, frankly. I'm sorry to hear that, bro.
It was peppered with gold. Like,
yeah.
I told you today of my landline that I use at work was broken.
Yeah.
And I was like, for fuck's sake, like, why is this broken? And this big cunt who thinks he's a tech guy come over. He just turns the phone over and he just starts unplugging it. Like, we'll just plug it back in. And I've got the phone to my ear, like the receiver, and I'm listening to while he's plugging it all back in. And just, this cunt's got like ungodly banana hands.
Yeah.
They're just like, I got massive hands.
Yeah.
And his hands are fucking huge.
Yeah, bro.
But while he's turning this phone around and plugging shit in, he accidentally hit the page button, which sends out an announcement to the entire store.
Yes.
And I heard it. And as I looked at him to say, hey, you've hit the page button, he said, get in here, you cunt. And I heard it through the phone and just slammed it down and was like, I think I've just watched you commit career suicide. I've never seen it happen. It was like something out of a TV show. And so I fell over and died because it was really funny.
Yeah.
And then, he tried to defend it of like, no, I didn't. And we're like, we just watched it. And so I had to ring our HR lady and be like, hypothetically, any chance you heard this?
Yeah.
Like maybe something happened.
Did you hear that big guy say cunt?
I didn't go that well.
Nah.
I just went, did you hear anything offensive maybe, perhaps?
Yeah. What up, bitch?
Any chance maybe?
You heard he swears over the fucking PA?
Not saying it happened, but... And she goes, no, we didn't hear anything. Why? And I was like, such and such said cunt on accident and might have gone through the PA. And she's just like, nope, we didn't hear anything. That's really funny. So I was having a good giggle on it because that's so close to just like, you can't even, like, you're fired. And it's like, but why? It's like, because of the thing you did.
You can't blast the C word at the snow leopards. It's not done.
I don't know how many snow leopards that would have to be there for it not to be fireable.
I think if you get one, get one.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. One, you might be able to talk them down.
But
yeah, bro. By the time we're in double digits, you're gone.
As soon as you hear, hey, get in there, you cunt, and you just hear, that's outrageous. Like, oh no.
Did you see Will Smith's new song?
Bro, I've got something crack up to say about it.
It goes, I'm not gay.
Yeah.
Is that how it goes?
Yeah. Do you know the best part? If you slow it down by like 20 to 30 beats, and it's like, I'm not gay, it hits way harder.
Yeah, really?
And if you speed it up like another 50, and it's like, I'm not gay.
Yeah, nice. So it goes hard at tempos either side of how he actually published it.
The one he chose.
It is so weird. It's such a fucking... It's like he's the anti-Kanye in some ways, bro.
He's the
like
opposite end,
Kanye drops what he drops, and then Will Smith drops I'm not gay. These bitches huge. Forget I assaulted Chris Rock at the Grammys.
My wife really does like me.
Yeah, but my psycho fake wife, I'm not gay.
I've seen all that shit about it. She used to date Tupac.
Yeah.
I find it unfair that now Will Smith has to go out with Tupac.
Chiseled abs. Fucking
thug life.
Physically abusive man. Keeps pulling out his gun.
At a table.
Yeah.
Making your kids say shit on TV and stuff.
Like, yeah, bro.
Pretty gangster.
I saw a clip of Magic the Gathering and Matt Gaetz discussing how Fox News is a propaganda network, which was it just made me want to fire them both into the sun. I don't know how to. I don't have a massive amount of commentary on it. I just
wanted to bring it up.
Wow. Okay. That's where we're at now. Another fucking amazing piece of American footage I saw was a Floridian sheriff saying, as the riots kicked off in LA, this Floridian sheriff he goes, if you throw a rock in our general direction, we'll fucking kill you. And he gives a press conference like, if you throw a rock at us, we'll kill you graveyard dead. Mm-hmm. Like, just fucking room full of people. If you spit on us, you're going to hospital, then jail. Yeah. Throw a rock, we'll fucking kill you.
If you try and swarm a car like you guys think you can do in LA, our officers have been instructed to drive. Yeah. So you might get dragged. Yeah, bro. Then to hospital, then jail.
It might sound like we're exaggerating. This happened. He gave a whole conference. He's like, if people protest wrong, I'll kill them.
What's your favorite bit about this? I got one.
You go.
Him shirtless the night before practicing in front of his wife. And he's the chief of police, so if anyone hears it, you can't even be like, I think that guy's going to kill his wife.
Yeah.
Just some dude in his singlet being like, you throw a rock in our general direction, I'll kill you. Like, I love he's had to practice that at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't just show up and just...
That's great.
Fucking wrestling promo that shit. He fucking practiced it.
Yeah.
That's great. Because have you seen that other Southern sheriff and he's talking about the gremlins?
Gremlins?
And it's a gang in his area. And he's like,
oh, the gremlins. You don't want to mess with the gremlins.
Oh, I'll have to show you this, yeah. And the sheriff is like, we ain't got time for the gremlins around here. And like he's got the drawl down, bro. Yeah, I can't remember his name. He goes fucking hard. We are skirting a subject.
What subject?
It's the last season of Earth.
Yeah, it is the last season of Earth. You're excited about no more foreign wars, bro? That's what I've been pumped about. The no more foreign wars.
With what he told. He promised. He said no more wars.
Yeah. So how are you doing? You excited to die for Israel? That should be pretty good. Do you know the last thing Trump wanted from the start of this term was every country in the world to increase military spending? Isn't that crazy that the anti-war guy wanted that? It's so weird, right?
They've totally got footage of him doing stuff, eh?
Yeah, he's
he's
compromised, man. I saw footage of him from 9 years ago and was just he's like a different guy. I was blown away, man. He was.
Do you reckon it's cognitive decline, or they've started showing him what they have on him?
I think he's 80 fucking years old, man. I think he's 80 years old, and I think it was fun for him in 2016, and he was a comparatively young and healthy 69, 70-year-old man. And now he's 80 and he's fucked, and it's going to be the exact same thing as like how many people's definitive argument, like take away all the crazy stuff, Joe Biden's too old to do this and therefore I have to vote Trump. And now you got Trump 2 years younger than Biden was, and he's so different to how he was 10 years ago.
I'm loving seeing the people going like, this isn't what I voted for.
Yeah.
It is. And in New Zealand, you got guys saying the same shit, and it's like, no, this is what you voted for.
Oh, bro, well, maybe we'll come back to that part of it. Did you know the Trump assassination attempts last year were carried out by Iran? Did you know that?
I have heard it alleged.
Yeah, someone said that, right? You remember who? Oh, Bibi. Bibi in an interview when pressed about how much America needed to assist with them attacking Iran. It's like, Iran tried to kill Trump twice. Like, oh, yo, that was Iran? It didn't seem like Iran. Oh, but hang on. Did you know it was Iran and only say it after you attacked Iran? That's weird.
That's weird.
Yeah, that's weird.
Bro, there's a senator, I can't remember his name, I've bookmarked it on Twitter.
Yeah.
And his post is, there's a reason I didn't wash my hand after shaking Netanyahu's hand until I touched the heads of my children. That's the tweet.
What the fuck does that mean?
That's a fucking odd thing to say. What the fuck does that mean? And then you got like Ted Cruz, like, you know, did you see in the...
Is he doing a bit?
No, he truly, they're that fanatical about it. You're right about the death cult thing. They think Jesus will come back if they pull this shit off.
Yes, thank you for saying that.
Yeah, you're dead right. When you first said it, I remember thinking, holy fuck, that's right. That's
not all Christians, but plenty of them.
But enough of the ones who fucking schmooze and blow ass their way to power.
Yeah.
Watching Ted Cruz get fucking, like, I haven't used this much, but dog walked by Tucker Carlson was fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
And like there was a, I
don't like identifying with Tucker Carlson. That makes me feel bad when that happens.
But it's so fucked up that how fucked is the world right now that Tucker Carlson's the one asking questions that you're like, yeah, we want to know what they say to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they will either give, I mean, Russia was paying him, right? Russia was paying Tucker Carlson.
I assume.
Yeah. What? Iran's obviously paying him now.
You reckon?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's genuinely.
How is he just not for sale to the highest bidder? So any resistance that he puts up against Ted Cruz, I'm like, yeah, great. Somebody getting millions of dollars from a different state is talking to a religious fucking lunatic.
There's there's like mega woke.
Yeah,
and there's mega conservative
and there's dark mega.
Yeah, and I think they're fighting. I think they're starting to fight.
On the alignment chart.
Yeah,
bro. I can't wait until all the anti-Israel guys from each side get together and realize that they think the opposite stuff about the Jews.
Yeah. I was in that interview with Tucker and Ted Cruz. There's a part where he just asks him, he's like, straight up, how many people live in Iran? And Ted Cruz is like, I don't know. Why is that important? And he's like, because you're trying to topple their government. You're going to
bomb them and stuff. With them. How big is it?
And he's like, I don't know. okay, Tucker, how many people live in Iran? He's like, 92 million. Like, just, and so he's like, well, I'm not like a person who remembers or sits down and tries to remember all of the population.
I don't like you fucking nerd. I don't know the populations of the place. I know how many bombs we're dropping. I mean, I could look up how many bombs we're dropping.
It gets so weird in that conversation because, like, Tucker Carlson starts pissing himself laughing.
Yeah.
Because it's just so garbage the way Ted Cruz is just politicianing.
He sucks.
Yeah, I know he sucks.
He sucked a long time.
Bro, Trump said your missus was ugly and you fucking ate it.
He was obvious scum before that, but that should have been made obvious to everybody.
Do you know the conspiracy with Ted Cruz?
That he's the Zodiac killer?
Yeah. And
that's adorable, right?
And Trump started one that he's Fidel Castro's illegitimate son.
Nice. Yeah, bro. Yeah, Trump has more power to do that than ever before. Like, he used to do it in a funny way, and now he can do it in like a really sinister way.
Bro, Trump seems like when he got into power the first time, he was like, oh shit, I really have to do that.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
And then everyone talks shit about him. And now he's back being like, yeah, I want to be Hitler. That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Those flagpoles they put.
Everyone in government fucked me over last time. I've come in to hurt you guys.
Yeah, the flagpoles that they put up on the White House are 88 feet tall, and they keep bringing that up.
Why do they have to be 88 feet tall?
Because they're doing yucky stuff.
It's a Nazi number, isn't it? The 88.
It is a Nazi number.
Yeah.
That's why if you hear of a band that has 88, don't fucking listen to them.
Okay. Well, speaking of that kind of stuff, Trump's military parade for the Army's birthday.
Oh, because he's and his.
Yeah, well, when does the Army normally celebrate its birthday?
Does it?
No. Now, when does Trump normally celebrate his birthday?
Every 3 months.
Yeah, yeah. But it was on the day that parade. It's interesting that it just happened to fall on Trump's birthday. That's just when it worked. Now, I thought it would be fucking horrifying. I thought it would be like a Russian or Korean or Chinese military parade, and it would be like cruel and fucking scary.
I thought they were going to bring out mechs. I thought we were going to see what they have.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
I at least thought if there were any humans marching, they'd be humans pretending to be robots who were like dead in lockstep. I thought it would be horrifying. It was sloppy and weird, and brought to you by Coinbase and Lockheed Martin and the fucking UFC.
Yeah, bro.
It was sponsored. Are you fucking kidding me, man?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's fine. Run the government like a business, right? It's awesome.
Dude, the only way it makes sense, is it's some weird move, and this is me going right out on a limb here, of like, we're going to show our military might, and then you show your fucking 30 cents, and everyone's like, we should attack them now. Yeah. And he's like...
their military doesn't really look like that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. It's like, was that what it was?
I'm sure their soldiers... I mean, they could have drilled them to march. They should have. They should have drilled them to march.
Those dudes look like they weren't the army.
No.
It was...
Did you see the guy holding the drone up? Like, this is what it would look like if it could fly. It'd be up like this.
Did you see the tank drive past and you could hear it squeaking?
The squeaking tank was amazing. And a break between the music. Did you check the music, bro? It's like hard rock guitar covers of 60s hits because you can't license
anything.
Well, nobody's going to license their shit to Trump. And in fact, they played a cover because you can't stop someone playing a cover. So it's someone playing a guitar cover of Fortunate Son. The writer of that song came out and be like, that song is like expressly about how unfair it is that rich guys don't get drafted.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. I don't know, bro. It's so weird. Watching him sit there and look sad was validating.
Bro, the oath might be the funniest part. Did you see it?
No, you told me, but I haven't looked it up.
Fuck, maybe we should watch it. But whatever. The thrust of it is, he starts off by doing a normal like repeat after me oath, and then over time he starts like kind of leaning back into the side, and in that way he does, and his cadence changes, and suddenly it's like he's like, and so
he's just seeing what else.
But it's like. I don't know if he deviated from the script, but he fucking sounded like he was, and it was the part was like, and I will obey the president, and just people were supposed to be repeating after him in a stern way, and then some of them are going, and I will obey the president, because they're just trying to. It sounds fucking weird. The whole thing is very weird.
It's fucked up.
The problem is everyone made Trump cheap out, so next year is gonna have to cost 100 times that much on Trump's birthday, bro. Oh, yes. Honestly, we might have to increase military spending as well.
I hope he dies, eh?
He's so different to what he was 9 years ago, bro.
That's what I mean,
and if an 80-year-old man's up at 1:30 making phone calls and stuff, he's on drugs he's on prescription uppers all the time.
Someone sat him down and said, we have a legitimate chance here.
Yeah.
Let's go. And it's all the Nazi fucking idiots who think
they're there.
Yeah. They're the ones that have sat him down and gone, we can pull this shit off.
Yeah.
We didn't realize how close we were. This has been the plan since the 60s.
Yeah.
And we've all infiltrated into these roles.
Yeah.
And you've got here before any of us.
Yeah.
I think we can do this. And they've pushed him back into it. It's a weird fucking time to be looking at it.
It is a weird time.
It's so unfortunate that there's also like my algorithm, I see a lot of like fucked up news from America. Now I see real cool shit from America, like the US Open just happened, the golf. Bro, it turns out the golf course they played at was like one of the hardest in the fucking world.
Oh yeah.
And the golf course themselves were like, check out the rough. So the rough, you got the fairway where you hit the ball, and then you got the rough right next to it, which is shit. Bro, cunts were dropping a ball in and you couldn't see it.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was like, how the fuck do you hit a ball out of it? And so we watched the greatest golfers in the world play like us.
Yeah, yeah.
It was ridiculous how hard this course is rated. Well, I did some digging. Turns out they just asked this one guy once who was really smart, hey, can you make a golf course? And he made that. And they were like, oh my God, what have you done?
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
he's just like, you wanted a golf course,
Some
right?
guy who doesn't even play golf, he's like, these are the hazards. So there's a 300-foot river that you have to hit the ball.
The screen goes like this. And the rough has to be this long at all times.
This one should be surrounded in progressing, like tiered sandbags.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
And we're watching the greatest golfers in the world hit golf shots and be like, for fuck's sake! So you get kicked off a course for doing that in New Zealand in a tournament. That's so weird. So it's like people are raising all these weird questions of like privilege. Like, because you're rich as fuck and a draw card for the golf, you can just act like a cunt. And it's like, well, unfortunately, and this is to tie it into everything we're talking about, it's just acting like a cunt gets more money, more eyes. That's what seems to be it. So people are just leaning into being
There's
cunts.
a lot of incentives to just kind of being like a cheat and a cunt and a...
Hey, here's a question, and then we'll have a break.
One more American thing, but what's the question?
Would you rather have an Andrew Tate son or a Bonnie Blue daughter?
Can they be trans?
They can now.
I'll have a tranny Tate. I'll have
Holy shit.
Bonnie Blue transitioning and becoming a men's rights activist. Yes.
Yeah, because somebody who...
Who would you have?
Somebody who I posed this to said the same thing as me. We said it at the same time.
Yeah.
Andrew Tate daughter.
Oh, nice. So everybody who gets asked the question assumes they're going trans because it's funny.
Yeah. And we were just like, no, you want an Andrew... No. I just meant a daughter that's like, fuck you, bitches. And it's just like a woman that just acts like Andrew Tate.
Gets jacked and doesn't have sex with women.
Kickboxers. Doesn't have sex with women either. See what I did there? Yeah. No, we were just cracking up about it.
That's funny, bro. Oh, no, I just wanted to say about... Did you see any of Pete Hegseth in court? Not in court. He's got to like justify the army budget and stuff. Bro, so people get to ask him questions.
They train that guy to answer questions
He's a Fox News guy. Like
But he's just like... Well, you see the thing. And it's like,
they ask him a yes or no question.
You action man,
bro. You can't make him say the words. Like he's under oath, but he can just fuck around. So I got a real scenario, which is Trump asked your predecessors to shoot protesters with live ammunition. Would you follow that order? And he's like, I reject the premise. I'm not going to answer like a hypothetical question. Like, I mean, that's not what that is. But he did it with every single question. They'd be like, can you tell me how many enlisted soldiers does the army have? And he'd go, well, how many dogs are in a pet shop? You know? Can you, like, how about you tell me how you became so brainwashed and deluded? And the people are like, what the fuck? You're asking us to give you money.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Insane.
Yeah.
I saw one guy
trying to find out if you know basic information related to your job as the functional head of the most powerful military the world has ever seen. Just checking in with that. He's like, again, it's going to depend on the pet shop. I couldn't say.
Hegseth did so bad. I've seen several Trump supporters who have switched to their version of cookers.
Sure.
And they reckon Hegseth is a plant who was never in the army. I think that can be checked, and he was in the army.
Yeah, seems
and
like
the
he was
other
in the
one
army.
is that Laura Loomer is a Mossad agent that's gone trans to support Trump.
Amazing.
We have a break.
Yeah.
Tunnels and coal.
We're back.
A sovereign citizen tried to use a check to pay for an $82,000 Lexus. They did not accept it. She is now suing them.
She's suing them. Fucking using what?
Welcome to the circus.
Using the courts, right?
Mm-hmm.
This person, so the laws don't apply to her, but they do apply to the Lexus dealership.
Apparently.
Amazing. Because they're not a boat, are they?
Yeah. State key report. The survivors will get less than a third of what they were told to.
Oh. Really?
That's aggravating, so let's move on.
Yeah.
They found your waka.
My waka?
Yeah, bro. It's in Rhode Island.
What is
off
it?
the coast of Rhode Island.
What is it?
Endeavour.
The Endeavour?
They found the Endeavour.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, it's off the coast of Rhode Island.
Amazing.
Apparently in some port it sunk. Yeah, during war got fucked up. But
yeah.
As far as they can say. That's got to be it. Like, yeah.
True,
so they're
bro.
claiming it. But apparently they've done it by, like, fucking measuring everything against, like, all these census, I don't know, of when they would audit the Endeavour. Like, there's like 3 or 4 times it's been done.
Okay.
And they've, comparing it to this wreck they've found, and they're like, this is the fucking Endeavour.
Yeah, true.
And some other group has done all this fucking work on it, research, and they were like, we're pretty sure it's in this port off Rhode Island.
Yeah.
And it's like 200 meters down the road or something.
Cool.
Like, they just missed. But these guys have found it.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's so many of the bros wakas.
Yeah, that's interesting.
That's crack up.
Yeah.
Wonder what happens now that they know that.
Well, you think we have some kind of awakening?
I fucking hope so. You need something. No, it's just real trippy that I was like, that boat's fucking, that's pretty crazy that they found that.
Yeah. Bro, I've been nursing a pet theory this week. I've been trying to work out if conservatives have a code. Because it looks from the outside like conservatives don't have a code. But they must. They must have a code. So I've been trying to think about what it is. I tried to go through it. Stop me if I'm mischaracterizing anything in here, okay?
I'll try.
So I tried to think about like stealing, lying, cheating, free speech. Okay, so stealing. Stealing is wrong 100% of the time that you get caught. Mm-hmm. If you're clever enough to get away with it, it's case by case. Stealing can be, like, there are exceptions to stealing is bad. Okay, so that's not consistent at all. Lying. I've noticed that conservatives act as though lying is...
Can I just jump in for
Yeah.
us? And who you're stealing from?
Yeah. It's if you're clever enough to get away with it, it's like you get one over on the person that you steal from.
But if someone finds out and they're like, but it was just them.
Yeah.
That happens.
Yeah, bro. Okay, I think that's right too. I've noticed that they act as though lying is fine if you're trying to do something, right? So
Achieve a greater good.
not even achieve it, just up to something. Like, no, I was trying to build something. I needed to lie to somebody to get that happening. Mm-hmm. Like, knowing the truth is part of life. So if you lie to someone in service of a goal, you're actually better than the people that you deceived. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So they take great offense to being lied to, but I think that comes from a place of being, like, bested. Mm-hmm. So I think, whatever, cheating. Cheating is wrong. There's a conservative mindset. Cheating is wrong, but it can be appropriate. For instance, if you suspect that your enemy might be cheating, it would then be appropriate for you to cheat. Or also, if you perceived some other unfairness, then it would be appropriate for you to cheat. So cheating's wrong, but there's a carve-out for you if you... Okay, free speech. Free speech is important in a partisan way, in that it's important that patriots be able to speak freely. And you can often tell by their speech whether someone is a patriot or not, and then if they're not, they have slightly different rules for free speech. You know what I'm saying? Like, does all of that seem like a fair read on the conservative mindset? Like, all these rules, we have these rules and the exception to these rules. Like, there's no consistency to the beliefs. And what that makes me think is maybe the consistent belief is exceptionalism, where if you're good enough to break the rules, you can break the rules. Yep. Is that the code of conservatism?
I think so.
Email in if somebody knows, give me a consistent conservative belief. Email in at shutupdude@gmail.com.
I thought, like, basically with that conservative belief shit, I thought it was like, whatever I get up to is going to be fine because I'm gonna say sorry, and I know they'll be sweet. So everything you've just described, I always think they go, well, I was forgiven.
Yeah.
And that makes it okay. And that's the catch-22, I think, of it, is that as long as somebody told you you're sweet, you'll get away with anything you want. And they're like, that's, I don't know, everything you're saying tracks, but I think it comes back to that code of like, hey, I did this and it was bad, but they were doing it too, so that's all right, right? And somebody in a little box goes, just do 5 Hail Marys. And that makes it okay.
Yeah.
Instead of 10 Hail Marys.
I mean, the confession's a specifically Catholic thing, I think. I don't know if that's all.
Yeah, but there's people who go and talk to God and ask for forgiveness, and he gives it to them.
Yeah, that's true.
A lot of people have asked God for forgiveness and gotten a big, strong no back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you ideally ask the person that you hurt. And all that Catholicism stuff might have come about when people would just die. And you wouldn't get to say things to people.
Yeah, but I think now, though, if you base it on, like, I have a relationship with a divine entity that created everything, and I can talk to him about it. Yeah. Like, no one can judge me, God can. Is a very dangerous concept to rock around.
Yeah, I think it's dangerous.
And I think that's what they do. Yeah. I think the ends justify the means and all that shit. That's why I think religions are so dangerous. Yeah. Because they can justify anything.
I think that the conservative mindset is to, like, you can be smart enough to be able to judge the exact point where rules and morals are superseded by goals. Like, if you're trying to do, if something important needs to be done, then cheating, stealing, lying, oppression, all that's all on the table.
I think that's
a conservative mindset. Whatever.
Because it's crusades.
I could do the lib version. Like,
they have their own.
Yeah. Like, stealing is wrong. It's unless you need to.
Or you're on stolen land.
Yeah.
There's ways to justify.
But they'll also go like, all stealing is because of need, except white collar stuff. Like, well, I don't know, dumb, but consistent at least. Yeah. And same with like lying or free speech, right? Because the liberal mindset would be free speech is always power dependent, always dependent on power dynamics. That's fucking dumb. Mm-hmm. That's asinine. That's wrong. But it's consistent. Or, at least up to the point where the power dynamic is in the eye of the observer,
I get what you're saying. The conservative mindset seems to be, I can do whatever the fuck I want.
That's what I'm saying. It's exceptionalism is the core belief, is those who have the ability to rise above morals, ethics, the rules, whatever, they have the ability to judge when their goals are more important. Yep. And you can do the same thing. Looking from the outside, you can go, Trump's goals are more important than all the stuff I've been saying the whole time.
I think that's where the concept of status comes in.
Of what?
Status, yeah, sure. Because that means you're in the group now.
Yeah.
You've worked hard enough to buy this car, these pants, the handbag, whatever. Oh, you get it. Yeah. So we all act the same way, right? Yeah. You fit our aesthetic. You have status.
The status thing seems big,
look how flash they are. We should start going that way. And now you're the trendsetter for the conservatives. Yeah. I think they're very proud on and big on appearance. Yeah. And
face.
Yeah. And I think that's a big part of it is status matters. Yeah. So if you want to be one of us, you've now got to drop these moral things and ethic things off in the doorway. Well, yeah, you could stay part of the club after you've dropped your morals and ethics and broken the law, but you can't even get in the club if you don't have the flash stuff. Yes, that's what I'm saying.
So if you have to do bad stuff to get flash stuff, we've all done that.
Golf course is a perfect example.
Wretched hives of scum and villainy. I'm sure.
I've got a friend who was playing at a golf course. And he had an old guy walk all the way out from the clubhouse and was like, excuse me, you have to leave the course. And he's like, what? And he goes, yeah, I need you to get off the course. You're violating our dress code. And he's like, what have I done? And he goes, your belt, you've missed one of your loops. And he just put his pants on and missed one of the belt loops. And he goes, can I fix it? And the guy went, but you're got a shoelace undone. Like you're coming back out. Like
cock hanging out.
Anything that was slightly you could get someone for is why they have those rules in golf. Like, do you know? Have you ever heard someone say you can't wear white after Labor Day?
Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah, do you know where that shit comes from?
No, is it golf?
Nah, it's poor, it's like rich white ladies in the South, way back in the day, had all the money, and they made all the rules, and they controlled everything.
It's hard to get white cloth, bro. That's hard to get.
They controlled everything, but not really.
Yeah.
But in the social circles and parties and shit, they started having like European debutantes show up who were just fucking loaded.
Right.
These were like full-on princesses rocking through the Tennessee and shit.
Okay.
And because they felt so terrible about themselves, they made up all sorts of bullshit rules about fashion to shame people who had more money than them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So,
well, they just brought some in. Like, do you know that nobody wears?
Yeah.
Oh, they're just razzing them.
Yeah, bro.
Oh my god.
And these debutantes were just like
they're hazing the new money by just making up rules. And that's amazing.
They're new money where you are. But
yeah.
they're old money from Europe. So like Spanish ladies would show up who were, you know, dynasty families and shit, and fucking some weird bitch in the South's just like not supposed to wear heels at the church functions.
Oh, it's the Southern lady making shit up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So just to rip on the new the old money was like make up all these crazy fashion rules that they just don't know.
Yeah, great.
Because we
I'm better than you actually. There's stuff there's stuff about fashion and decorum that you don't understand.
Yeah. So like the whole idea of like, are you wearing last season's? Like all that sort of shit. All that comes from somebody like ethnic with more money showed up and they were like, fuck,
look at this.
Let's make up rules.
Stale, bitch.
Yeah. Just got salty instant.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy, man. I love those sort of crazy facts from history.
Yeah, bro. Do you know they're cancelling the census here in New Zealand?
Yep.
No census. I don't think any country... I don't think that's like done in a modern country. Knowing things is woke is what I'm saying, bro. It's research is gay. Statistics are communist. Strap in, bro.
Oh.
There's some good reasons not to do the census. And one is, it's a vibes government. They don't value nerds, so it's very hard to do something complex. They don't keep enough nerds around. It's also an optics thing, because it's hard to get right. The last government was reasonably competent, and it was hard to get enough people doing the census that it made sense to do a census. That's hard. If you miss groups, your census is no good. Here's a third reason not to do it. They're fucking us. They're fucking us. And it's going to get reasonably bad, and here's what we do. We'll fuck them hard and just not measure it as you know, we'll not measure it.
I can't believe the shit that goes down in our country at the moment, bro.
Yeah. A census is every single household in the country self-reporting how they're doing. And that's gonna look bad. So rather than fail at a complex thing that's gonna cost more money to do properly or make them look sloppy if they don't do properly, they just won't do it. Yeah. It makes all the sense in the world.
And it's ratchet too, seeing like did you see Chloe Schwarbuck and what's that other lady's name? Karen Sourbags?
No.
Chowbags?
No, I didn't. Flower bags.
Flower bags.
Chores.
Yeah. Now they were talking to that, and it's like a penis as a human. Ryan Bridges.
Okay.
Yeah, they were talking, and watching the way they just even talk about those ideas.
Yeah.
It's fucking insane, of just like Chloe's sitting there trying to say something.
Yeah.
Just here's a fact that we should look at.
Yeah.
And it turns into this crazy fucking circus of words by the other two. And I don't know, it just seems so ratchet that
I can talk louder and faster, I say more things. It'll take you more time to put out fires than me to start them.
They were saying about a wealth tax, and that Karen Chowbags was like, because she looks like she's about to burst into tears.
Always looks like she's about to cry.
Yeah. I think it's because she knows she's fucking people over.
I don't know. I don't let people like that make decisions for me.
Yeah. Hard out. Well, she was saying that she
get your fucking emotions under control.
She reckons she grew up in poverty and used to look at rich people as an example of how she could get there, and that's why she worked so hard, and it was real difficult.
Yeah. She might have had to lie and cheat and steal.
And that's why we shouldn't tax rich people.
Yeah. Because she had to work real hard to become rich.
Yeah.
She got taxed when she was poor.
Yeah. Well, anyway, you can see Chloe's like lining up what she's about to say about the wealth tax. And this fucking host is just like, what about you, Chloe? Did you grow up poor? Poverty? And it's like, that's not the fucking thing you were talking about. It wasn't whether or not your politicians grew up poor.
Yeah.
It's we should tax rich people.
Yeah.
But it was such an obvious deviation from that point.
Yeah.
Because Karen did so fucking poorly.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh no, we're sitting here with Chloe. Let's just media her.
What's an attack on someone that you consider to be an identity politician, right? Who,
It's so shit, man.
I saw
the New Zealand stuff is just embarrassing.
There's a couple embarrassing New Zealand ones this week, bro. Young Jack Tame, he's been busy. He ate Brooke Van Velden alive. Did you see that shit, bro?
I did see that.
She was asked about road cones. Being asked like, hey, if we halve how many road cones are in the world, is that going to make road workers safer and like motorists safer or less safe? And Van Velden's like, well, there's too many cones. It's actually a distraction. He's like, do you have like data? She's like, no, we don't have data, but we believe that it will be safer. Like, oh, that's a fucking astounding thing that Jack Tame's not saying that. So you don't have engineers or statisticians or insurers who believe it, but you believe it. Okay, Jack Tame's like, where's the evidence? And she goes, I know you want the answer to your question, Jack, and that's why I'm not going to give it to you. Like, oh, you're not answering the question as a fuck you to the media, huh? It's not because you don't have any answers. No, I hate shitty qualities disguised as good qualities. Yep. And that one there is like slimy, weaselly, know-nothing, fuckhead culture warrior dog shit dressed up as rebellion and sticking it to the man, and it makes me sick to my fucking stomach.
Get off my fucking corner.
Yeah, bro. The road cone shit is like, I think it's emblematic of our whole system. Like, I don't know if you know anyone who's died at work. That used to happen a lot. And when they're going like, but we should get rid of the road cones, I personally find them distasteful. Like, do you care if people die at work? Because that's not supposed to happen.
You're not supposed to look at a road cone and be like, fuck yes.
Yeah. Well, you're not
nice.
Mildred's not gonna fucking die at work because she doesn't work anymore. Like, I know there's a distant memory for boomers, but a lot of us do still work for a living. Some of us don't just suckle at the teat of the welfare state, regardless of whether we're millionaires or not. We actually don't check.
I think we should just point out too to all boomers, like, we can take yous.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's the only way to do it, is to start scaring these cunts. Yeah. You didn't hit us enough when we were little. We're going to start hitting you now that you're old.
Yeah. You guys like think you acted up, but you guys had the prospect of upwards mobility, and we got a lot fucking less of that. So,
like, and it's way worse talking to younger people.
Yeah.
Like, we're pretty disillusioned.
Yeah.
But like, the younger guys just seem to like, either be, I'm going to nail it this way. Yeah. Or I could live under a bridge tonight. Yeah. And like, it's just like, whoa, you're not supposed to have that yet. Like, the world has, aren't you supposed to like leave home and then get a hiding from the world and be like, Jesus, fuck, this is brutal, and you sort of find your feet? Yep. These cunts haven't even left home yet and they're suicidal. Just fuck this. There's no point to this at all.
This sucks.
It's so weird. You got all these other ones who think they're cracking
What am I going to go share a house with heaps of other cunts and have way less money? Like, I'll just stay with my parents and not get laid. Fuck. It's terrible. I think it's the fucking boomers that did it to them too, man.
What's our time?
Shit. What are we, like 48? I got one more quick thing.
I don't want to sit here and just get mad at boomers.
No, it's okay. Ruth Richardson. One more boomer. One more boomer. Ruth Richardson from the 1991 Mother of All Budgets, which doubled child poverty. And Jack Tame was talking to her.
How fucking dare that lady wear bone armor?
She revealed that the doubling of child poverty is the fault of Jacinda Ardern.
Of course.
It's Jacinda Ardern's. Man, it's so fucking deep in these guys, eh? Like,
they hate her.
It was 26 years afterwards. Like, why aren't you talking about how, like, she actually kind of did it, if you think about it. Amazing. That's how bad Jacinda was, is she can double child poverty 26 years before she's in office. Let's have a fucking break it. Goddamn boomers, man. It's on. Just a couple flies on the disco ball.
Oops. I saw some compelling shit about Hansel and Gretel that I'll tell you later.
Okay, sounds good. Boy, do I have some tunnel talk this week, bro. DUNE. DUNE.
The movie?
No, my friend.
The game?
The deep underground nucleus. Fuck. I was trying to show pictures, so I've taken away my notes here. It's the deep underground neutrino experiment. So what they do is they shoot. We've talked about a neutrino experiment before, and they made like a spherical cavern underground. Mm-hmm. I lined it with gold and shit, and like pure water that's so pure it's like acidic, and it's all to detect how neutrinos slow down. Okay, what these guys have done in the good old US of A with DUNE. So their detectors, one is 600 meters away from where they fire the neutrinos out, and the other set of detectors is 1,400 kilometers away from where they fire the neutrinos. So they fire them through the ground, part through the curvature of the Earth, to 1,400 kilometers away, where they have an array of massive tanks of water, like 4 of them. So they've made this huge triplet of underground caverns, which are almost 1.5 kilometers below the Earth's surface. So they started in an old gold mine, and they've not dug their way, but getting all their equipment down there. The equipment that goes down the mine shaft only has like a certain amount of space to go down. And I saw the engineer talking about it. He's like, you can have it, what did he say? Like, we're limited by the size of a tire. Other than that, anything we take down there, we cut it up, we put it down there, we weld it back together. So you've got massive machines that they literally cut into pieces to take down 1.5 Ks into the earth to make these massive underground spaces.
Wicked.
So they're hundreds of meters long. They look fucking crazy, these things. So the central one's like a command center and cooling and all that, and the other 2 chambers are split into detecting slightly different neutrino activity.
That's awesome.
But it's an incredible project to shoot neutrinos on purpose through the Earth's core.
Yeah.
Neutrinos are fucking wires, difficult stuff to understand.
That's fucking amazing.
Yeah, that's super cool. Maybe I'll show you some pictures of that after the show, because it's not a visual medium. But the B1M did a great video on it. It's cool as.
I feel foolish for what I'm about to provide.
Come on, what do you got?
Well, it's sort
Any
of
tunnel is welcome here
it's
on
a bit
everybody's.
Of a full circle, really, but not really, because of what's going on in parts of the world.
Which Ukraine, you mean? I'm sure.
Maybe, but some places are having to use tiny little tunnels to hide. They're called bomb shelters.
Yes.
And apparently members of Netanyahu's family were assaulted in a bomb shelter.
Assaulted?
Like, they went in and some people were like, get the fuck out of here.
Oh my God.
Use. And like, yeah, he's like, his support's waning.
Well, he's hated, bro. He's been standing trial for corruption for years and years, but this pesky war is keeping him out of the courtroom. Really, mainstream Israel fucking hates him, but they overwhelmingly support the war against Hamas. They hate him. Amazing
I just find
stuff.
that interesting.
Don't have any footage?
No, I'm going to look for it. The fact that now that we've discovered that there's underground tunnel networks under the Israeli hospitals.
I hope they're not tunneling under the hospitals, bro. That's pretty dangerous.
Apparently, that's exactly how they knew Hamas were doing it.
Would any like IDF guys be down there?
Heaps. They're using them as strongholds at the moment.
They're using tunnels under the hospitals as strongholds?
Yeah. There's photos and shit. That's how no, it's real. Yeah.
And now I couldn't help but find it poetic when an Iranian bomb hit a Jewish Israeli hospital, rather, and they're like, you can't attack our hospitals, and they have to be like, well, there's an intelligence building like right next to it, so sorry. I don't know why you're putting military stuff that close to your hospital. Oh my God.
Yeah, the oops on this one's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Did you know guys put 50 grand on America using a bunker buster before the end of July? And
using a bunker buster before
40 to 1 or something.
What's that thing called? Polymarket or whatever?
This is Kalashi.
Yeah. Really? Would you put money on that? You reckon US will attack? Dude, what's so fucked about it is people will put trillions of dollars of crypto on the bets, and then they'll kind of have to attack. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Otherwise, somebody's going to get left holding a bag.
Myself, I don't know. The last thing I heard was Trump said, or America.
You're not into that kind of gambling?
Nah, no, I don't care.
World events? I don't know. That's the only one that's only one that's alluring to me, I think.
But America have said they're not going to attack. They're not going to jump into the war. Because, like, if they nuke Iran, it could start a war. Good night, everybody.
I don't want to hear the segments prior. I just want to hear the tunneling in my heart. I have but one desire, an underground tube, the dank and the